And I'm Steve Ifantis, and we're bringing you Jackson Memorial High School versus Shore Regional
Jackson Liberty
sorry.
at the Lions versus the Blue Devils. Hoping for a good game today. It's honestly a little bit hot for a football game. It's not usually this temperature, especially here, but
Still 70 degrees outside right now.
yeah, that's. I don't know.
We're in September. Why? Where's the September weather?
I don't know. It's interesting, and you know, hoping for a good game.
And today, I believe, is the Jackson Liberty homecoming game today, I believe?
I believe so, and then I believe the dance is tomorrow. And we get ready for the as always, doing a great job, you know, do it every time, and, you know, it's just something that I'm sure the band enjoys doing, and, of course, we got the drone out tonight, courtesy of Mr. Noble, getting some good shots of the flag and of the school.
And here comes the coin toss, I believe. Here it comes right now. There it is. You can hear that fans tonight.
Yeah, and there's not many people out there for Shore Regional. There's definitely been some games where the crowd are matching on both sides, but this one is definitely favoring towards Liberty.
Well, what do they always say in football? The crowd is the 12th man.
Yeah, and that's it's interesting because one thing that I've noticed this season is that Raiders fans seem to be everywhere, especially in their last game in LA. They seem to be louder than the home team. Which was
well, they actually say that everyone in the everyone in the AFC South division, yeah, with the Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, and Chargers, the Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders all have two home games against the Chargers per year because there's more fans than the Chargers fans in LA because there's no fans that come out to LA for the Chargers.
yeah.
As now they're getting ready to take this field.
And it will be Jackson Liberty kicking the ball.
And it looks like the Lions will be kicking the ball off first. Just to clarify, everyone, the Lions are on the right side of the field, and the Shore Regional are on the left side of the field. The Lions are in red, and Shore is in white, if that makes it any helpful. And the kick is away.
And that was a good kick. Gets it back to the end zone, and they're going to call that one for a touchback.
I thought you were allowed to run it out.
I believe in high school, if it goes into the end zone at all, it's
Automatically a touchback?
Which makes sense. I mean, they changed it in the NFL because there was just so many injuries on kick returns, just from blocks in the black, and it makes sense. So,
because in my opinion, it's kind of like, because when they run out, they usually get to the 25 anyway, where they could have just kneed it or fair catched it and took it to the 25 for free and wasted no time. So,
yeah, I'm not really a fan of the rule in the NFL. I mean, I get it for the player's sake, but yeah. And they're going to run it out to the side. It finds a little bit of room up the middle, able to get maybe 2 yards on the play.
That is Andrew Decker, number 31, the running back for the Shore Regional. I don't know. What are the Shore Regional mascot? Dracula?
I believe it's the Blue Devils.
Oh, Blue Devils. Oh, okay.
So get ready to take the ball one out wide. A little bit of motion in the back. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's able to somehow get forward and get the first down. A good run there. Just able to plow his way up the middle.
That is Jamie Mazaraco. I'm just going to take another look at that. As you see, Jamie Mazaraco takes it up the middle, is going to plow over a defender to gain that first down and gain a little extra than the first down as well. So now the chains keep moving down the field for the Shore Blue Devils.
And that's one thing that has seemed to translate from the NFL to even high school is quarterbacks not afraid to run it anymore. So they're going to hand it off and once again get another 2 there.
You see it more and more in every year in the NFL. More quarterbacks are going towards running the ball than they are throwing it anymore.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's an interesting play style, and you have a few teams that still play more conventional football, but they both seem to have equal success. I think it just depends on how you build your team. Blue Devils looking like run again. Motion in the backfield. This time going to hand it off. He's going to go forward, get maybe a yard on the play.
It's a nice stuff there. I think what Jackson has to do to win this game, they have to stop the run and be able to gain some momentum for themselves as well. So this third down is going to be kind of big here because if they can stop them, they could hold them to a punt here because if they let them go, maybe they get a field goal out of this because you never know in high school football.
Yeah, and this is one of those interesting times where it's a 3rd and 6. It's, you know, the play call could be interesting here. Looks like he's going to drop back, looking down the field, going to run for it. He's going to get the first down and more, get across the 50 before getting out. And there, interesting situation. I wonder at all if he even considered throwing. He did have a lot of room to run.
The official there dropped the first down marker, as you saw. That was pretty funny. Let's take another look at it. As you see, Jamie Mazaraco just runs it all the way outside. Gains more over across that 50. Just what I just said, that third down was kind of big because now pushing more into Lion territory and you getting closer to that field goal and touchdown. So you kind of want to stop them earlier.
Yeah, and they seem to have their favorite formation there. And that one, he just got stuffed. And I think sometime soon they're probably going to have to change stuff a little bit because this defense is going to figure it out. And even if they are able to get some points on the board before they figure it out.
That tricked me up. I thought the quarterback kept it and ran it there. And then the next thing I know is everyone's tackling the running back.
And usually it seems like a lot of the offensive line aren't as great at selling it in the high school level. I mean, professional, sometimes it becomes truly impossible to figure it out. But
today, I believe, is Pink Out Day in Jackson for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I believe. Am I
Yeah, and that was an incredible run there. They did a little bit of back and forth, and they're doing a lot of stuff in the backfield, able to move the chains again for a first down. And right now they're driving down the field, only 1 third down. This is where these quarterbacks, sometimes just being fast can change everything for you, and it can change and dictate your entire playbook. This time he's going to drop back, look right, throw right, has a guy wide open on his way to the end zone, and that'll be a touchdown for the Blue Devils. And it looks like the cornerback there has fallen down.
Number 8, Aiden Sakuro with the touchdown reception from Jamie Mazarasco for the 6 points for Shore Regional.
And that's an interesting play.
Oh, and number 2's got to get on sides before they snap the ball for the extra point here. And it's good.
And extra points are interesting in high school. I mean, once again, kicking is one of those things that'll always look easy, but it just isn't. Anyone that's ever tried it knows that maybe, if you're lucky, you get 1 in from the 5-yard line, but it's just not as easy as everyone thinks. A lot of people think it's like soccer, but it really isn't. And credit to the kickers that can kick extra points consistently at a high school level.
You're kicking an oval kind of ball. Like, is it an oval more? It's very weird.
It's kind of its own shape.
Yeah, it's like, because it's like a cylinder, and then it's got like a pointy triangle cone-ish at the end. So it's like, I'm trying to explain it in 3D shape, so maybe it'll make a little more sense, but it doesn't make, it's kind of its own shape, as you said. Now Jackson, in my opinion, has to get on this board quickly. He's got to, they only took about 4 minutes off the clock there to score, so that could be a factor in this game that Shore can score quick. They can score in only like a they could score quick. They only take a certain amount of time off the clock.
Yeah, and they definitely are going to be looking to get it going fast. And Shore Regional, if they're able to get a stop and put more points on the board, that'll spell disaster for Liberty. But yet to see their offense yet, so they're going to do a squib kick, actually. They want to give them the return. He's going to find some room up the middle and get to the 40, and that's an interesting call there on the squib kick. I guess this is one of the things, if you look at film and know that they have a good return man, try to keep the ball from getting to him.
Yeah, like you said, their squib kicks are very weird because you could get lucky and take a wrong bounce, and next thing you know is you got the ball on Liberty's own 15-yard line, or it could go the other way where Lions got the ball on their own 40.
And that one, they're just gonna get stuffed, get maybe a yard there. Second and 9.
Oh, this is weird.
Lions with 4 wide. And they're
Fumble.
going to fumble it on the handoff, and that'll go to Shore Regional. And that's a crucial mistake. That's going to give the ball right back to Shore Regional. And
that's just one of those plays where it's miscommunication there. It's miscommunication between the quarterback and the running back. Like, the running back probably thought the quarterback was going to throw. The next thing you know, he's trying to handle the football, and the running back just drops the football there.
Yeah, that's one thing that's difficult about play action is the fact that you want to try to sell it enough, but you definitely don't want to hit the running back with it, because otherwise it will do exactly what it did there. And that's just an unfortunate break for the Lions, and they're definitely going to want to stop them. They're getting a score here. They're going to hand it off in the backfield. He's going to try to get to the side. And I believe that was a Wildcat play because I believe they handed that off to the quarterback.
That's weird. So like the running back played quarterback and the quarterback played running back, so the running back handed it off to the I mean, it's like the high school offense is like you never know what to expect. Like it's not like a college offense. It's not like an NFL offense. It's like it's kind of very weird. An offense that's very weird, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the play books are a little bit more simplified. There seems to be a little bit less formations. There, they're going to pitch it out to the side. He's going to have room to run. He's going to be able to stay on his feet, get down to the 25-yard line. Good run by them. Going to get a first down there.
That is Jamie Mazaraco again. He is their like all-purpose guy right now. It's like their Swiss Army knife. He kind of reminds me of Taysom Hill a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a ton of quarterbacks out there that they can use it wherever. And as of right now, it just seems like they're throwing wherever they need to put them. And he just seems to be doing the job. The Lions getting set a little bit late. Going to hand it off again to number 15. He's going to be able to stay on his feet and get about 6 on the play.
They got to figure out a way, in my opinion, to stop Jamie Mazaraco again. Like they have to figure out a way to stop him, or Shore is just going to be like, you know what, we're just going to pound the game all day because we're up 7-0, about to be maybe even up 14-0 here. And just you got to figure out a way to stop this run game, to get control of this game again, because it's already 2nd and 5, and you're on the 20-yard line already. So,
yeah, and that's where I mean the one pass play was 30-yard touchdown. So that's once again where it was interesting because you can't. I mean, you can try to blitz every time, try to stuff the run, but when they get an open receiver, they're absolutely going to throw it, and they're going to take the direct snap, going to push forward, and he's going to get to the 15. I believe that'll be first down. If not, it'll be close.
Let's take another look at this. As you see here, it's going to be a snap, and he's just going to be like, yo, I like this run. And no first down. I think he was 1 yard short, which he is 1 yard short. And
this is where I think they've only had one run where they've either not gotten a yard or got stuffed at the line. So you put your money on Shore here.
I think
just to run it up the middle.
I think the quarterback is averaging 3 yards per carry right now. So that's a lot for a quarterback, of course. And also and he's going to get over the pylon for a first down. And also, in my opinion, as I said before, to stop the run, the red zone is a kind of a different defense, though, because you can blitz more often because now you only got to cover from the red zone to the end zone. So that's only like 20 yards. You don't have to cover from the 50. Then you have to worry about burn deep. In the red zone, you could play a lot more blitz or press man to get that extra man in the box to get some pressure on the quarterback to stop the run. And now he's going to hand it off to the running back.
Side, and he's going to have room to go, able to get to the 5, down to
2,
around the 3-yard line, and once again, it's going to be close to a first down, if not a first down.
I don't think it can be a first down because I think the first down marker is on the goal line, or am I wrong?
I believe the first down marker is at the 3.
Is that the 3?
I believe so.
From where we are, I can't tell where that is. If that's on the goal line or if that's on the 3. So I don't know.
Wide again. They're going to hand it off. Not going to find any room, and going to get a little bit of chop block. Seems like the ball's out, and it might be Liberty's. And it will be Liberty's ball, able to force a fumble there, and that is exactly what Liberty needed. They needed a stop, and they needed it quick, and they were able to get it.
They are throwing T-shirts
into the crowd.
I want to see another look at this fumble.
And there, good handoff, and
yeah, that ball's out.
And once again, that was just a chop block. He's able to take him out by the legs, and the balls can be pretty hard to hold on to, and there it probably just slips out. I mean, especially when you get thrown up into the air like that, but they're going to get the ball on the 4-yard line here.
Turnovers have been killing both teams this drive. 1 turnover for Jackson, 1 turnover for Shore. And there's our drone shot again, giving you behind the scenes kind of look.
And they're a good run, able to get to the outside, take it to the 10, to the 20, about when it gets taken down, and that'll take them out from the floor. So good first play by them. Let's get out of it. And that's Zach Corrado on the run. And they're going to take that one out to the 20, a 16-yard run on the play.
Maybe Liberty should just keep with the run game now.
And they're going to hand it off again. He's going to maybe pick up 2 yards on the play.
That is number 1, Zach Corrido. The running back for Jackson Liberty. As you're going to see here, he's just going to get a nice run out to the outside. Going to push his way 3 to 4 yard gain, you'd say?
Yeah, I'd say about that. And it's again a Shore Regional. They're going to want those 14 points. And he's going to drop back, look to throw over to the side a little bit high and just not quite able to get to it.
Tiny bit overthrown there.
And Brendan Gallagher was the intended target there. It's a little bit overthrown. So now we're looking at 3rd and 7. And interesting to see if they go back to the pass again.
In my opinion here, the Lions got to do something on offense here because if you do not score after that fumble, you're just going to give the ball right back to Shore, and Shore's like, yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah.
We're going to have the ball on our own 30 again, and we're going to start and pound the run game again. We just got unlucky like Jackson did. So Jackson has to get some type of offense going, a field goal, a touchdown, just something on the board just to say to Shore, hey, we're here. We're ready for you. You're not going to walk on us this game.
And with 4 wide, he's going to snap, take the ball back. There's a flag, a screen pass, but he's not going to get anywhere. If anything, he loses 3 on the play. But there is a flag on the play, false start on the offense. Probably going to get declined.
I was either thinking false start or eligible man down the field because it happened kind of immediately. So it's like one of those plays that technically shouldn't a false start been blown dead, technically?
That's if it's defense.
It was defense.
Actually,
I thought offense gets blown dead.
I'm not entirely sure. But then again, this isn't professional. And this is also where in high school, the returners are lined up at the 50. So expecting about a 40-yard punt, which is a little bit shorter. Actually, a really good punt there. It's going to go out, would have gone just about 50 yards, but instead it's going to be marked down at the 45.
On Liberty Zone 45.
And that's rough positioning there, and they're going to need to hope for another turnover or a quick 3 and out.
That kind of turnover really did. I mean, of course, that turnover helped, of course, because that turnover was like, yo, we're here, we got the turnover, but it's really like, to Shore, it's like, yo, we're starting at the 45 again. It's like, thank you. Thank you. It was like, it's really not like anything big.
And Liberty definitely needed to score there. Weren't quite able to get a lot on offense going. Tried a few on the pass. I got a pass, run it out to the side, scrambling, looking, and just not quite able to get it.
Nice deflection there by number 2, Dallas Wisey.
And Shore Regional once again showing that they're going to establish the passing game, which is something that's crucial for both of these teams, that they establish both the run and the pass game, because it makes those play-action plays much more effective no matter where they are on the field. And the fact that they were able to score a 40-yard touchdown already on Liberty on a throw really shows something. And on almost every play, they're setting number 7 wide, and he's wide open down the end. And that's just blown coverage and a touchdown.
And that is allowed as long as he did not cross the line of scrimmage.
And once again, that's just blown coverage by the Lions.
And it looks like he was behind the line of scrimmage if we have a replay.
Kick is up and almost blocked, but it's going to be good.
14-0.
And that is two 40-yard throws there that are going to get them up 14-0. And that one, it looked like they went for a zone coverage, and he just sprinted right past and down the side. And that's a second touchdown for number 7, Alex Kramer, for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, the thing with zone coverages is it's kind of like smart, but it's like you got to make sure you got to cover your zone, and if you get beat, make sure there's someone behind you to cover that zone too, because you might have to drop back. And he was looking, and he found his man wide open, and just sometimes the receivers got speed, and that's what really playing receiver is, really.
And also, especially with how much they've been running, it sort of looked like they planned for almost an all-out blitz, and it looked like the cornerback went in to go rush the quarterback, but the ball was already out. And two crucial mistakes are going to be the difference for Liberty so far in this first half. Going to take a bounce, receive it, take it up to the 30, able to make a move on the outside before getting brought down.
That's a nice yard return. That's a nice return there to from the about 14 to the 30. That's 12. That's about a 16-yard return. We're taking a look at this kick here.
And once again, especially after a bounce, just a good job of being able to get control and keeping it in stride. Lions with 3 in the backfield, 3 wide. And snap, looks like they're going to hand it off up the middle.
In my opinion, I kind of don't see why have 3 wide if you're going to run the ball.
Well, it's sort of, I mean, it brings up the situation of, I mean, you're bringing 3 cornerbacks out wide. It's, if you trust your offensive line and give them a little bit of room. And also, it does come down to if, I would assume Shore Regional is putting in some tight ends when they have only 1 wide. And if Liberty doesn't have those big tight ends that can block, they're going to need to put people wide. But it also does bring up the constant threat
of going deep, of course, but like...
Looks like they're playing a zone coverage, has a guy wide open. He's going to take it himself, get forward, and maybe get a yard. And it looks like the ball might have gone out.
But I think the ref blew it dead, I think. So let's take another look at this run by the quarterback here.
And there at the top of the screen, it looked like he almost had one. Decided to keep it for himself, and a good wraparound tackle. And yeah, I believe he was down. 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Now I have a question for you. Will the Lions run a play here, or you think they're just going to wait out the clock?
I believe they're definitely going to run a play here. And once again,
I try to go deep here, maybe.
Backfield, and they're going to hand it off, get a couple of yards. And it's on a 3rd and 8. That's not what they wanted to do. The clock's going to wind down. And
it's going to be a 4th down here. And now they're going to switch field.
And that is 2 straight 3 and outs for the Lions. It's in the replay, just not much room to go. They're trying to run it up the middle, and it just doesn't seem to be working. They can either try running out the side or, like you said, throwing it deep, but
they haven't threatened anything deep, and like Shore is just be like, yo, all right, you're not throwing deep. We're just gonna stack the box. Because right now Shore is only having 3 back there. So I mean, if you have 3 wide, that's 3 on 3. But I know some of these Liberty wide receivers. They have speed, and you can easily get a burn like how Shore's got. So do you see a trick play here, maybe like a fake punt or go for-ing it here?
I don't think so. I think at this point it's
too early.
The game isn't over yet, and it's not panic time yet. It's 14-0. So if you trust your defense, you don't run a trick play here. You just let it go. And I'd say if this was maybe more towards the 3rd, I would say do it. But
some reason it looked like Shore had only 10 men on the field for a second, but they had 11. I was like, did Shore forget to put someone on?
A little bit of a low snap, a high kick. It's going to stay in. It's going to take a decent bounce. Roll out to the side and going to be killed at around the 35. Decent punt.
First down for the Blue Devils.
Now we've switched sides.
And Blue Devils really going to be looking for doing more of the same.
11:50 left.
And one wide. Once again, I mean, they're going to run it up the middle, almost immediately get taken down. But just a constant threat of having one wide and knowing that he has burned the cornerback twice really brings up the option to throw to him, and you can't leave him open, or they will notice and they will throw it. And number 7, as you can see, he's almost just staying out there no matter the play call. They're going to shift him to the other side.
Second and 11 for sure.
And he's going to run it up the middle. He's going to stay on his feet, get across the 50 and down to the 45.
That is Lucas White for Shore Regional that just got like a 20-yard gain.
I believe so, and that is a good run there. Able to find the hole up the middle. He was able to make a good move and get a little bit further up the field. And once again, he didn't even break many tackles. They just weren't able to get hands on him, and that's where the defensive linemen, a lot of it comes down to there. And even if you allow a hole, just sticking an arm out and trying to take these guys down, especially with some of the smaller running backs, they're not going to hand it off. The quarterback's going to keep it, try to get to the outside edge, and they're going to dive low and get a hold of him. Zach Corrado on the tackle. Good play by him, running over to the side. It's going to be a 2nd and 9. There he gets over to the end, and let's get just a good tackle, able to bring him out.
That tackle is completely legal. Once that quarterback's out of that pocket, he's basically a running back, so it doesn't matter that he's the quarterback at that point. Once you leave that pocket, you give up all your protection rights as a quarterback, so you're allowed to be hit almost anywhere. And 31's going to break it up to the middle, and nice tackle by 13, but 31 for Shore Regional. Andrew Decker is just killing this Jackson Memorial's run defense. Jackson Liberties. And we're going to check here.
I believe there's going to be a timeout. Once again, just able to run it up the side, able to get a hole, and you know, you might think maybe if he didn't cut to the left, might have been able to score off of it, but a good tackle by number 13, Joseph Cilantro. Sorry, Celentano. And once again, moving the chains now down to the 25, fresh set of downs.
As you hear this marching, Jackson Liberties marching band trying to get this team pumped up.
And that's where it's easy to feel defeated already, but you know, especially there's still the halftime to go. That'll always be big for every team. Let's get anything's going.
Now, if I'm Shore here, I just keep running the ball. Take that time off the clock, make Jackson use their timeouts, and keep pounding the ball. Make Jackson feel like they can't stop this run, because if they can't, you win.
And quarterback's going to keep it himself, find a little bit of room to run, stay up on his feet, get over to the 5, and that'll be another touchdown. He's able to bring it out, and that'll be a 25-yard run. Shore Regional just looking to run away with it. He's able to take the snap and absolutely fooled him. And let's get down to the 5 and just pure speed, able to take him out. Good attempt by number 11, Cole Malinowski, trying to bring him down, but not quite able to.
And now it will be 20-0. Sure. They're 1 point away from being 21-0.
And once it gets to a 3-possession game, they're definitely going to want to get some points up before the half.
Yes, you do not want to go into halftime down 3 touchdowns. Down 2 is okay, and maybe a block miss.
And once again, like I said, that's just one of the...
How close was he to blocking that kick?
I don't know. I think he was pretty close, but some of the things...
I think he
rushing on the
deflected
end.
it, and so that's why I missed. Replay of that, maybe?
And... No. But that's really... That extra point isn't going to matter much if Liberty can't put points on the board. And this is where it could get frustrating for Liberty.
You know what Liberty's jerseys just remind me of? The college Old Miss. They kind of look like Old
Yeah.
Miss jerseys.
Yeah,
With
they're
their
pretty
red,
similar.
their blue helmet, with their like Liberty running like the Old Miss way. So I was like, oh, that's the Old Miss.
And
Or was that high school? Old Miss High School?
no.
That's college, right?
And once again, another squib kick. Going to go down the side, take a bad bounce for Liberty. He's able to just run it up the middle and try to get through the pile. Not able to. Take a look at that again. And squib kicks can get interesting. When the ball is just rolling, it takes a lot of random bounces, and that's mostly why onside kicks work. But squib kicks, you really do negate most of what would be a return.
Come on, Lions.
And we're going to throw it now over the middle on a slant route.
Gonna be incomplete. That would have been a 9-yard gain if you would have caught that. I mean, it's very hard to catch that when you have a defender literally trucking you. Like, I'm not giving any credit to the. I am not saying I could do that. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it's when you have when you got someone trucking you as he does, ready as you see here. Boom.
And the O-line for the Lions is not looking too great. Shore's defensive line has just been able to push through, especially at number 99. There could have been a penalty. There could have been a holding call there because he made it through. And they're going to take the rush up the side. He hands it off, goes up the middle, able to get a first down before getting taken down on the side.
That is technically a fumble, but it fumbled out of bounds, so the ball continues with the Lions there. He kind of got a little lucky there. Or did he already step out when he
You can
fumbled?
see a good motion out to the side.
I think he was already out of bounds, and then he just got hit, and he just let go of the ball. With 9 minutes remaining left in this second quarter of play, the Lions are down 20-0. The Lions are making a decent drive here. Maybe they try one out deep, maybe.
Yeah, with 3 wide, they do have an opportunity for this. And if the offensive line could buy him some time, going to be a throw out to the side and looking for a pass interference, and he's not going to get it. Maybe. No.
I didn't really see pass interference there from where I was standing, where I'm looking at, but you always try.
Yeah. And some of things. This offensive line is giving this quarterback no time to throw the ball. And this defensive line, the pass rush, has just been incredible. But that does mean when they get a runner past that line, he is able to get work done. But now on a 2nd and 10,
You know what?
expecting the run.
You know what's a crazy stat? I read a crazy stat in the NFL. Most pass interference calls are called after the play is ended, after the wide receiver looks for a call.
And
In the
they're just
NFL.
gonna get forward, get maybe a gain of 3, take it to the 50, bring them to a 3rd and 7. Yeah, and that doesn't really surprise me. I mean, a lot of them do seem to be after the play. I mean, even in baseball, you get the umps calling safer out a few seconds after the play. It's just...
I mean, it's kind of hard to like, you have like a football player just screaming or a baseball player just screaming in your face, and eventually you're just like, sometimes you just give in, and it's like, all right, pass interference, all right, he's safe, all right, he's out. Like, just at one point, you're tired of being belittled by the players that you just be like, all right, I'm gonna just finally give in. Not saying always that's what happens, but
And
that's
here the
usually-
quarterback's going to keep it for himself, try to push his way up the middle, able to get some yards. It's not going to be enough for the first, and I honestly would not be surprised to see the Lions go for it here.
I would go for it in my opinion. I think it's 4th and 1. As you see, he's just plowing, just trying to get that first. He's 4th and 2. I was 1 yard off, and it looks like they're going to bring their punt team out. I think, in my opinion, they should have went for it here. I mean, even if you don't get it here, you put Shore on their own 45. I know that's not a great location to start. Like to start off with the defense.
I mean, they've had success for the run game, and a good fake there, and that's going to be a first down. Phenomenal play. That is number 4, Connor Gallagher on the run. And I did think it was an interesting call to not go for it on a 4th and 2, but they were able to do it and get the first.
Sometimes a fake punt is better than going for it because you catch the defense off surprise because they had 2 men back and that they could have used those 2 extra men in the box to stop that. So sometimes having a fake punt is not the bad, having bad, and maybe a deep out to number 6 down there on the left side of the field.
3 out wide, top of the screen, there's a little bit of room open. He's going to go out to the side, make a throw to the sideline. He's going to keep his feet in bounds. Phenomenal throw, phenomenal catch. Good play by them, able to move the chains again. Connor Hills on the reception. And another 3 out wide again. This time they're going to hand it off to the left. He's got a little bit of room, makes a cut, makes a man miss, able to break a tackle, somehow still on his feet. And I think he might have gotten the first. It might call him a few inches short, but
I think they gave it to him.
it's a phenomenal run.
I don't think they did. I think it's a 2nd down.
See, just able to get to the side, good decision to cut, and somehow able to get out of roughly 3 tackles before finally getting a brought down. I think they'll call it a 2nd and maybe 2-3 feet. And they're going to snap it, run it again. He's going to find a little bit of room before getting taken down.
And he's going to be short of that first down, it looks like.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 1 now.
31.
Yep, he is short.
And Liberty running back seems to be a little bit less of a power back and more of an elusive back. Looks for those holes and tries to sprint through them at full speed. He can make a man or 2 miss, but not quite able to run through the tackles like the Shore Region running back. 3 out wide. He's going to take it. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Finds a hole up the middle. And looks like they're probably going to give it to him.
Believe they're given the first. Yep, they
There's
are.
a Liberty first down, and they're putting together quite a drive. And they're just able to find just enough of a hole to squeak through. And that's where, you know, on those 2nd, 3rd, and 1 plays, you remember that roughly with how tall some of these players are, if they can just lay out, they have that yard. So just able to move forward. Liberty coach seems to see something he doesn't like. They're going to keep it by the quarterback and get brought down. Doesn't get much there.
I would like to see like a good pass play out of Liberty. They mostly ran the ball. I mean, they did have that 1 pass play and it got deflected. So they've been mostly on this drive and mostly in the first half of play have been just running the ball. And like, don't get me wrong, running, you have to control the clock and running the ball. But when you're down 20-0 and the time is not on your side, you gotta score quick. And I'd like to see maybe a pass play or 2 from Liberty here.
And I think really their goal is to score again. For that, they're going to pass it out to the side. He's able to get forward, get maybe down to the 9. Going to be probably a gain of 4. And those are a couple of the short plays that those plays somehow always can end up becoming really good ones. So take a look at that again. A good play action, a good throw over to the side, and just moves forward. And now looking at, let's say, it's probably a 2nd and 7, I would say. And 3 out wide again, 1 in the backfield. Gonna take the snap. Quarterback's gonna keep it himself, and he's gonna get dropped back at the 20.
That's gonna hurt them.
Yeah, and that's where, you know, back at the 10-yard line, that was a very makeable field goal. Here, sights get a little bit iffy, and honestly, just good job by the quarterback keeping the ball.
He had 3 defenders on him?
Yeah, and it'll be a 4th and 14. It's like they're bringing out the kicking team. And we are pushing it a little bit, looking at a 35-yard field goal. Kick is up. And it's good, and that's points on the board for Liberty. 3-20, it's not what they wanted out of the drive, but on 4th and 14, I think they're just glad that they were able to keep the ball, not turn it over, and get the first down. Now this defense, can't let them score. They definitely want a turnover, but if they let them score and get this lead up to 26-27, that's where you start to get
The panic mode.
panic mode. Yeah, and that's where you do have to start taking shots deep. That's where, I mean, the clock is already not going to be their friend when they come out of the tunnel for the second half. And
You never know here that they could, I believe Jackson still has 2 timeouts. You could still force a 3-and-out here, and then say Shore only takes off a minute to a minute and a half. You have 2 timeouts plus a minute and a half to go down the field, maybe to score another field goal and be down by 2 scores. That is all still possible in this first half of play. You just need something big from the defense here. They have to stop the run game, and they have to use their timeouts properly.
And this is also going to be big for the Lions. If they can get a stop, maybe get some more points on the board, if they can get this lead down to a 10-point lead, they do get the ball at the beginning of the second half. Good kick. Going to be a little bit of a shorter kick, and that is going to keep it in bounds. Just go down with it, and honestly, a smart play there. Don't want to let the ball bounce, and all of a sudden it'll just roll down to the 10. And I think it's smart to just do a little bit of a squib kick, or more of a high kick there, because you don't want to let them get any sort of return. And they're just going to try to get some sort of defensive stop, maybe a turnover.
Nice sack there. It's not a sack, tackle for a 1-yard gain.
They're going to give them about 2 yards there. 2nd and 8 from the 26, I'd say.
The best thing for Jackson is here that they stop him.
And it looks like they're going to be able to bring him down in the backfield, and this is going to be a big 3rd and 8. And I believe they're going to stop him with forward progress, but they might even, looks like they're going to bring him back, bring him to 3rd and 9.
Not sure here. What Shore can do here, they can just run the ball and take another 40 more seconds off the clock, or they could try to get the first down here and run out the half. In my opinion, if I'm Shore, I just run here. If you don't get it, you don't get it. You give Liberty back the ball with a minute, but they do have 2 timeouts, so they are going to throw here.
He's going to drop back, scramble out to the side. Going to have a wide open receiver. And they're going to say his knee touched the ground. A little bit of an interesting call there, but it's going to be enough for the first down.
Yep.
And that's really a killer for them. Minute 40 and ticking on the clock. And the time to get them to a 3 and out is kind of running out now.
That was a huge third and down there.
They're
They're
gonna run
throwing.
out to the side. Got to look to throw. Makes a man miss. Looking to keep the ball now. Able to get to the line of scrimmage and maybe get a few yards there. And good, smart play by him. Scrambles to the outside. Keeps the play alive. And that's something that Liberty seems to be doing. Doesn't seem to be quite doing enough, and Shore is able to do is just getting outside the pocket and scrambling for a little bit. And I believe
think
there will
he
be a
fumbled.
called
I think when he was out
timeout.
of bounds.
And there's the down. Get the
Who
ball
called
and
timeout? You know?
I believe it would be Liberty and a 2nd and 5. But honestly, it could have been either team. Liberty might want to reset their defense, but this clock is definitely starting to run out on.
It also could be Shore, and Shore would be like, yo, we see something that we like here that we could do, maybe.
Yeah, they also want to stop the clock, maybe prepare 3 or 4 plays in a row and try to run a little bit of a higher tempo, no huddle offense.
Remember, make sure you get your 50-50 tickets. Get those 50-50 tickets. You can't be in it to win. You gotta be in it to win it. Also,
And
with the snack shack, get some
Blue
hot
Devils
drink, no drink.
only one wide. Bottom of the screen. And he's going to keep the ball. Look deep, throw deep. Number 8 had him beat on the route and almost an interception. Not able to bring it in.
Now that's why he plays defense.
And number 13, Joseph Solentano, again, almost able to do it. And
Number
just
3
a little
played this
bit
route very well.
underthrown. And once again, if the quarterback was able to throw that one a little bit further, get him in stride, you're looking at a touchdown. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them go a little bit deep again. I mean, they trust their running game, but I think if they get another look like that, I don't think they're going to miss that twice. And even if they do give the ball back to Liberty, they're going to keep it for themselves, going to run up the middle, find himself a little bit of room, somehow stay on his feet before getting brought down at about the 42-yard line. And that'll be a first down, but the clock is going to be running.
That'd be a first down for Shore Regional Jamie Mazzacco again.
And
Number
there-
15. He's like the Taysom Hill of football, of high school football right now.
And here's going to drop back, look right, has maybe one open, slings one to the open receiver, able to go forward before getting brought down around the 25. Really moving the chains here.
And
About a-
timeout, Liberty.
About a 15-yard throw and then another 5 yards after
No,
that.
timeout Shore.
Yeah, and they're going to be wanting to stop the clock. Not able to get a throw out to the sideline, but once again, it's a good throw and a good route. And the fact that he's able to get a few yards after contact is good for them.
Timeout, Shore Regional.
Timeout Shore Regional here. Maybe they're just be like, yo, we're so close. We want a touchdown. Because, like, a touchdown, like, I mean, it's not, like, panic mode, like, right now for Liberty. But if Shore gets a touchdown, like, it's, like, panic mode. Oh, my God, what do we do? Kind of like we have no offense. Our defense is just getting plowed. Because your defense only can do so much. They have to be off the field. Like, if they're on the field constantly, they're never going to rest. They're never going to get the plays that you need. Like, so, because they're making 3 and outs, but they've been on the field way too long, and Shore is winning the time of possession, in my opinion. So, they have to, in my opinion, they have to, like, change something, Jackson Liberty.
And Shore is definitely winning the time of possession. Liberty has had, they've had 2 3 and outs, a fumble, and a field goal. And that one field goal drive, they did start to look good, but with 50 seconds left, quarterback's once again going to take it. Gonna look to find somebody before it's getting run out of bounds, but they're gonna tell the clock operator to keep the clock running, saying he's not getting out. They're gonna want to get set quick. Quick look at that again, able to go to the outside, has a blocker for him. just not able to find one, and that's a big tackle by Liberty. The clock now winding down. 25 seconds, not a lot of time. They're going to keep the ball, run it out to the side, able to take it down to the 20, the 15 before getting down, and
At the 10.
probably a timeout getting called. Yep. 14 seconds left, and this is where it becomes interesting for sure. Don't believe they have another timeout, and this tackle getting brought down, not out of bounds, is big for them. It's going to get brought down at the 11, definitely a makeable field goal for them.
Jackson Liberty's got to do something here.
And Liberty, right here, they just want to stop. They want to block a kick. They want to just not let them reach the end zone, and they're going to hope they kick a field goal, but it doesn't seem to look like they are. One out wide. Looks like they're going to try to run one more play with a throw, get it to the end zone, but if the quarterback, unless they run it, and he's going to lose the ball, get to the side before getting brought down.
And the clock might run out here in time. Do they have enough time to clock it?
3-2, and they're able to do it.
With 0.5 seconds remaining, they have enough time to run the kick for the field goal unit. What Liberty needs here is they need a block here. They cannot not let Shore go into this up 20. And I know that's hard to say. I know how hard it is to block a field goal. But in my opinion here, Liberty's got to find a way to either block this or force and they're going to ice the kicker.
And that's, it's one of those things that you wonder how effective it is in the NFL and even here. And, it's an interesting strategy, and it makes sense. I mean, they get ready. They sort of psych themselves up a little bit. They go from, practicing, getting their leg warmed up to getting ice for a couple of seconds.
He did it too early. You're supposed to do it right when the ball's going to be snapped. So, the kicker's going to be like, oh, nope, timeout, doesn't count. That's when you're supposed to do it. He did it slightly too early. He should have waited maybe a second or two to call it. Maybe the kicker would have had, but it did work. It did work against the Chicago Bears in the 2019 playoffs, I should say. Cody Parkey missed that field goal, double doink.
And of course, stick around for our halftime coverage of the halftime show by the Liberty Lions. But they're going to want to go up by 23 here. Crowd going to be making some noise. Big, the kick is up. And they're going to call it good. And that'll be 23-3 as we end the half. And going to go to the tunnel, and there's definitely going to need to be some adjustments coming out from Liberty. Sure, they're going to want to do just a little bit more of the same. And good kick by them. And you can see going back into the tunnel. And, this is where they're going to look just a little bit disappointed. But, there is still plenty of time to fix this. I mean, 3 touchdowns, and they're back in it. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're always. This game, ain't over yet. I'm going to say that. Right now, this game ain't over yet. But it's, getting to that point of, no return yet. So, Liberty's got to do something. They got to come out of the half swinging, in my opinion. And now here comes our halftime coverage of the Liberty Band, marching band.
And, they're definitely, that first kickoff, they are going to get the ball back. And they're going to want to score off that first drive. And, Liberty did show some signs of life on that drive where they ended up with a field goal, but not much, and they're definitely going to need more.
Hey, Brian. Just thought I'd stop in here, help out with the halftime festivities. It is a homecoming festivities tonight, so we will have a little bit of everything. Oh, there's Taylor, one of our camera operators. She's up in our aerial camera there tonight. Pretty nice shot there. Mr. Noble flying around or standing on there. It looks like we've got the band setting up. Mr. Wendelak's going to be announcing some information about our homecoming court. Always a good time here. I'll be adding my 2 cents in here and there, Brian.
Yep.
And we'll also get to catch the Marching Band's award-winning show, Droids. I've been looking forward to seeing this at night for about a month. They've taken first place in every contest they've entered so far. So you folks at home in for a treat tonight. That's Mr. Katona and the Marching Band. See him out there getting themselves together, getting ready. And we've got the cars are starting to move here. We're going to get into those homecoming festivities right there. Going to turn it over to our house announcer, Mr. Wendelak.
Thank you for coming out for tonight's homecoming celebration. At this time, we would like to recognize the top 4 girls and guys for each class. These representatives were selected by their peers because of their leadership, school involvement, and their impressive overall character. So let's meet the nominees. For the first one, Madison Pirata.
All right, you can see the
Melissa Diamond.
homecoming peeps coming here from our left down below. We're not doing the band right now, folks. We're actually doing the homecoming court. They're on the track, walking across the track. There they are down below. Nope, walking on the track right now. And they're coming to the middle there. On the track. On the track. Towards the tunnel. They're walking on the track towards the tunnel. Not on the field. On the track. Walking by the tunnel. There they are. Not in the cars just yet. We're looking at the folks coming in on the track itself. There's Mr. Brignola. That looks like Quinn Dodlin. That's Quinn Dodlin and Taylor Calderwood. There's another car. Well, okay, congratulations to all those underclassmen that are out on the field now. Let's shift over to the cars now. Again, there's a shot of Quinn Dodlin and Taylor Calderwood. All right, let's head over to that second car. Here's our third vehicle. And Olivia Perogue. That looks like AJ.
Everyone seems to know him, and we are so excited to have him in the pit. Next up, Kayla Ryan and Musapro Islam.
And then we've got Kayla Ryan and Mush,
Is a member of the
as he is affectionately known.
basketball teams. She plans on attending LSU with a major in criminal justice. A crowd surf at the first football game this year. Mrs. Brown, National Honor Society president.
Cheerleaders cheering for the cars as they drive by.
The Deepwater Pass. And he's looking to major in architectural engineering in college.
And our final car,
Next up, Olivia Tyrod and Connor Gallagher.
IROG and Connor Gallagher here.
Olivia is a 4-year member of the soccer team. She's a high honor roll student. She plans to attend a 5-year program to become a physician's assistant. Connor is a member of the Jackson Liberty High School football and basketball teams. He's a member of
It's Coach Borelli right there, in charge of these homecoming festivities.
Let's give it up for our senior nominees. Congratulations to all the nominees. It was truly an honor to be selected to be here, so let's give them all one big
All right.
rousing
Nice shot. Let's say we tilt down on that camera so we can get a look at the homecoming court instead of the band.
that will take place outside of Socrates from 5 to 8 p.m.
All right.
This is your last chance to buy tickets at the advanced sale.
And
$10 per person at 15
for those upperclassmen,
You may purchase them at the door.
they generally start, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so they are wearing pink today for that.
To all of our nominees.
Got all those, all the nominees lining up there to get a photo as they add more and more to the photo. Oh, they all come in. Again, good fun evening for this homecoming court.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now on the field is the 2021 Jackson Liberty High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Scott Paterno.
Okay, they'll announce those homecoming, who won the homecoming at the homecoming dance. But for now, let's tune into the marching band. Enjoy the show.
The telegraph captain, the spirit captain is Dan Benson. Section leaders are Elizabeth Huff, Chris Carroll, Ian Delapena, Joaquin Borlagan, Ethan Garcia, Linda Posner, John Wood, Barrett Garcia, Lauren Johnson, Lynn Wilson, and Sean Duffy. Through steadfast dedication, countless hours of rehearsal, and an unparalleled commitment to excellence, the band before you has earned multiple awards for the 2021 competition season thus far, including federal first place finishes, as well as awards for Best Music, Best Percussion, Best Overall Band, Highest Scoring Band, and 3 different Mayor's Cups. We ask everyone to tune to Channel 6, the ABC of Radio Philadelphia, this coming Thanksgiving, to watch the band perform in the Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade. We hope you enjoyed tonight's halftime show, where the band will be performing their award-winning 2021 routine entitled Joy. And now, Liberty Nation, I ask you all to get on your feet and make some noise for your 2021 Jackson Liberty Line Marching Band. Drum majors, the field is yours. Is the band ready?
Journal entry 140. After years of research, months of construction, and countless prototypes, today we finally attempt to power up the droids.
Activating droids. Activation successful. Calibrating movement. Uploading human emotion. Grace. Friendship. Compassion. Love. Upload. Upload. Virus detected. Virus detected. Virus detected. Virus quarantined. Virus erased.
Journal entry 141. Even though the day wasn't a complete success, there is still reason to celebrate. Now, how is the choice to continue with tomorrow?
Deactivating droids.
Good? Am I clear?
Step 4, sneeze. Achoo. Step 5, throw it out. Here's the garbage. Thank you. And step 6, go wash your hands. Ew. What to do if you don't have a tissue? Step 1, prepare to sneeze. Step 2, no tissue. Don't have a tissue. No. Step 3, sneeze in the inside of your elbow. Achoo. Step 4.
And now, for your halftime entertainment. First get out the door. And now, it's your Jackson Liberty dance team.
Join me, Terry Bradshaw, as I explore all that's new and exciting about the USA and Canada and what people are doing in order to make a difference.
Welcome back to the second half of action. between the Lions and the Blue Devils. The Lions take the field out of the tunnel.
And the Liberty Lions will be receiving the ball first in the second half.
And really, they're going to need to get points on the board. They're really going to need a touchdown to stay in this game. Really to start off. And they're going to need those points. Then they're going to need to make a stop on defense. I mean, a touchdown brings it down to a 2-possession lead. Right now, still looking at a 3-possession lead, and that's something that they want to cut back from as soon as possible.
I mean, this game ain't over yet. I'm not calling it that Shore's got this game, but right now it is, if you would, and like, I would say Shore is more likely the chance to win right now, but anything can happen in football. You look at the Atlanta Falcons in Super Bowl 52. They blew a 28.3 lead in the fourth quarter. Like, anything can happen. Like,
yeah, and even in a lot of these games, I mean, in high school, what happens, you find those couple of plays that consistently work and that they can't find an answer for. You find a weak matchup. You find your team's strong side and their team's weak side. But, and it's always rough. I mean, the tone in the locker room can't be great when you're down by 20 going into the second half, and they really haven't generated much offense. Only one drive that is really notable, and they ended up with a field goal on it, so not much to go for there. As it seems a couple of the Southern Regional players somehow ended up on the Liberty side and are currently being booed out of the stands.
I think they were on top of us. I think they were with the tape, getting the tape from the video cameras.
Yeah,
so, and that's our wonderful drone shot brought to you by Mr. Noble. It is his birthday today. Make sure you all wish him a happy birthday in the comments. You don't have to do that.
I think he's turning like, 92 or something. I mean, he's pretty old. He's getting up there.
Ooh. Ooh, one fan just threw a water bottle onto another fan's head, and it just exploded. And it exploded into a giant crown, and now she is hurt and walking.
And a little bit of mishap happening in the stands, but gonna get ready.
I mean, it's football, so those things gotta happen.
A few seconds now till kickoff. Once again, the Lions, they're gonna really need to generate some offense here.
100% agree.
And kick. They're gonna they're not gonna do a squib kick there, and a good kick. And he's gonna get 1 foot in the end zone. Honestly, I think he kind of lucked out that he didn't have to run that back. That was not a good position to run back from. I mean, you guys were on toes him, and that's where, once again, you could see kickoffs being a problem is something that they want to avoid doing as much as possible.
Now, like I was saying in the first half, the Lions got to use the deep ball to their advantage. They haven't thrown the ball much, and I like to see what they have on that offensive side of the ball besides the run game. And look, they come out looking for a pass. It's going to be a nice catch. It's going to break the first time, not really, and it's going to be a 1-yard gain, really.
And that's really just unfortunate there, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it, but number 14, Cooper York, was more towards the bottom of the screen, and he was on a fade route and had maybe a step or two ahead of the defender. But that's where some of these routes, you have your primary target, and if that guy's open, you wouldn't see the guy on the other side of the field that has a breakaway. But
I'm just saying, sometimes in football, all you need is that 1 or 2 steps. Like, you don't have to be completely burn him, but if you got 1 step in front of him, and the quarterback leads you right, that's a nice.
And
they're going to incomplete ball.
Oh, that one incomplete. And that's a big hit there. Lions came out throwing it twice. Wouldn't be surprised to see them do it again and try to go out with it. There you see he drops back, and that offensive line gave him no time, and a good hit there. And
He never took one step, so that can't be a fumble.
it's an interesting call, and one that they got away with.
Now you hear our wonderful cheerleaders trying to pump up this crowd, to pump up our team. The Liberty Lions to try to gain some offense here. 3rd and 7.
Three wide, going to drop back, rush up the middle, completed throw up, and he's going to take that down to around the 47.
Near the 50-yard line.
And that was a good throw there. Almost a 25-yard play as we take a look at it. And as you can see, there's definitely pressure, but a good throw to an open receiver. And that's the second time Cooper York has run a good route and has been able to get the ball. Three wide again. And a bad snap, and he's just going to fall on it. And that's really a momentum killer for Liberty. But
And that's also a waste of a down, too.
yeah, that's something that, you know, you don't like to see that happen, but when it does, they can just be glad that they kept control of the ball. And
Those bad snaps happen all the time. It's just, you
Yeah.
can't let it get to the player's head.
yeah, they really do, and that's especially, I mean, centers can be so underrated. I mean, and a lot of people think you're just handing or tossing the ball like 3 yards, and that's a snap over the head, and he's going to go down, and that's another one. And now we're looking at around a 3rd and 20, and
Yeah, this is starting to look really bad. They had that nice 1-yard gain, that like 14-yard gain there, but now this is just, they're almost back to where they started the entire drive at. So like,
that's rough for them, and it's going to be big 3rd and long here, and they're going to have to throw it. There's not much that they're going to be able to do with a run, even if they can get to the edge on the outside. But
they're bringing 4 wide.
and seems like the defense might be showing a little bit of a blitz here. Has a little bit of time. He's going to take the ball and run it up the middle. Get a few yards, but nowhere near what he needed.
Yeah, I in my opinion, I would not have ran it with the QB there, because even if you gained 15 yards, it was like a 3rd and 20. Like
there's
you
not
didn't
much
need 5
to be
yards. You
had.
needed like more like 20 yards. So like maybe a throw there would have been more likely, would have been better for the Lions there. But yeah,
They're going to punt it away now.
almost
And-
blocked there by number 89.
But a good punt, fair catch called, and going to be brought down, and that's not what the Lions needed. They had a drive going, but 2 bad snaps and a short run, and that really just put an end to that. But if they can cause a turnover, get a 3 and out, there's still plenty of time, and while we're getting closer to panic time, I would say you still got a little bit of room.
Yeah, like you were saying, Brian, I think the Lions could still pull out here, but they just need a really big stop on defense and their offense to do something. Like, look, like defense can only do so much. Like they shouldn't be on the field for more than 40 minutes. And right now, the way this game is going, the defense is going to be on the field for at least 60% of the time, and you don't want your defense on the field for 60% of the time.
And he's just got to keep on running before finally getting tackled. But that's a big run for them. Another first down, and that is
Andrew
not
Decker.
what the Lions were looking for. We're going to take another look at that, and as you can see, he's just able to get an extra 7-8 yards before the tackle comes out, and Zach Corrado with a good tackle. It's just wasn't able to get him down sooner, and that's the thing about these running backs and the formations where they start 4 or 5 yards into the backfield. They're almost at a full sprint when they run into the line, and they could take people and drag them a few yards. And a low snap, and that ball is going to get kicked around before going out, and a
loss of 10 yards.
Yeah, I'd say, and that's a few bad snaps in a row. And
What really happened? Was it a bad snap, or was just the quarterback didn't? Oh, it was a really bad snap.
It was a bad snap, bounced off of the quarterback's ankle, and then I believe bounced off the heel of the running back and just got thrown around. But
It
once
was like
again,
ping pong there for a second. It was like
good
ping, ping,
by
ping,
them to
pong.
receive it. And this is where the Jags, they can give up 4 or 5 yards here. And
It's okay
just-
because it's like it's still a 3rd and long. Like you can play a little like more. Don't get burned. You can give them the more of like the middle 4 slant routes more here, or like a hook route or something like that. But don't want to give anything deep here.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see them run and try to get the yardage a little bit shorter, and they are, and he's going to get about to the 50 and bring it to around a 3rd and 6, which is a lot more manageable than 3rd and 20. And just a good job by them. Good snap, and just a good hole up the middle for him to be able to run through. And once again, there, he's just able to make more plays off of it, getting more yards.
3rd down and 7 for the Blue Devils on their own 49.
And there's going to take the snap, roll out right, has a receiver open, and he's just going to underthrow it.
Now that's a big stop there for the Lions because it stops the clock. Now you're forcing them to punt it away because like I don't think when you're up 23-3, you punt the ball away. You don't have to risk anything. It was just like that was a really bad throw by the quarterback. It was just really underthrown. Well, when quarterbacks are usually on the run, it's harder to make a decent throw when you're getting tackled, when you're being chased, and when you're also just on the run. It's just not the most accurate throw in the world.
And this is, I mean, if the Blue Devils really wanted to put it away, they could have faked in a phenomenal punt there. That one's going to go pretty far back. Get received at the 10 for fair catch. And that was a really good punt by him, man.
Ooh, that's a good spot. I thought he was at like more like the 8 or 9.
Yeah.
They gave him the 10-yard line. That's a good spot for the Lions to start out with.
And the Lions, what they need here, or at some point what they need to get back into this is a short drive that puts 7 points up on the board. They need a 1 or 2 play. They can't afford to go for these long drives. I mean, they could do it once or twice, but they're going to need 1 play to break this game open. And they're going to go for a pass down the side on the hook route, and it'll go through his hands.
Now, Jackson did show that they can throw the ball, so I would like to see maybe another middle or deep pass because you do still have 6 minutes left in this 3rd quarter of play. Yo, if you could get a deep pass over the middle and a quick touchdown and then force a return and force like a 3-and-out by Shore, you could be in a good situation to go into the 4th quarter here.
And he's going to drop back, has a little bit of room, going to use his legs to scramble forward a little bit. But one thing that I would say the Lions might be doing a little bit too much is, and he doesn't really have much of a choice with the pressure going on to him, but they seem to give up on the pass a little bit too much. And I'd say the defense is playing phenomenally for Shore Regional, but
Well, it's also easier when you have when you also have like 10-minute breaks. Like it's very easy when you've been resting on the bench for like 10 minutes or something like that. It's like the longer the defense is on the break, they get their energy back, and their offense could just come out any time.
he's going to roll right, throw right, and looks like it was intended for Cooper York, just not able to get over to it. And I'm definitely going to punt here from the 9, and probably looking at 30, 40-yard punt, and they're going to have 2 return men, actually. Interesting call by them, but it seems like they're going to want some sort of return, and they don't want to let that ball get a Liberty bounce, because the way that these bounces can go, they could bounce another 40 yards.
Nice snap.
Good snap, good kick, and it's around a 40-yard kick before getting out of bounds.
Almost blocked there by number 13 for sure. Actually, my apologies, number 15, JB Marazco. The weather has dropped down to about 65 degrees outside. It is 8:33 right now at the actual time of night, and the weather hasn't really been playing an effect in this game at all. I would say it hasn't. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. This is like normal September weather you're usually for. October weather, I should say.
I mean, it's. I'd say it's still pretty hot. They're gonna toss it out to the side. He's able to make a cut, go forward, get a yard, maybe.
There's a guy on the bench that was practicing the football, and when he snapped it, I thought it was a high snap and went the other way. So I was like, oh wait, that's not the real football. They need a turnover. Lions like desperately need a turnover here to force something, because the Lions defense right now, no offense to them right now, they're just not playing the best defense they can right now.
Yeah, this is a high-powered offense. When you have a quarterback that can scramble when he feels like he can throw when he feels like, it's so easy to get burned. And there, as you can see, good throw out to the side and caught before getting brought down at around the 5.
That is number 85, Michael Furlong, the tight end for sure.
And that's where some of those tight ends, they can really play a part, especially when they line up as a blocker and run a good route. And even if they're not quite open, your tight ends, you tend to throw the ball to them and let them do most of the work. Good use there, and I'd be surprised if Shore didn't just go for a couple of runs in a row, and there he's able to overpower him, get maybe a yard on the play. Good by him to not lose his yardage.
Second and goal. I'm gonna take another look at this run here.
As you can see, he just gets to the side, hands off, and after getting clipped by Cooper York, just not much that he can do. And gonna take the snap, runner in motion, quarterback's gonna keep it, and he's gonna be in for the touchdown, 29-3, and that's a rough one. That's that lead now looking at a 4-possession lead. The Lions, they're gonna need a couple of really quick drives to get this offense going and to get this game going.
I am not saying that the Lions have passed that point of no return, but they are getting very, very, very close to that line of where they cannot come back from this game, and they got to prove something on offense. You cannot you cannot let your defense do everything for you. And almost a block kick, but it's going to go straight through the uprights. And number 4 there for Jackson Liberty High School almost got the block there.
And this is where the Lions showed that they can throw. They had a couple of good throws so far this game. They've had some success with the running. And it just it's a little bit rough for them. They're going to want a kick return. They're going to want a lot of good things to happen here. I'd say that they're going to really look towards the passing game here, because they cannot afford to have a bunch of short runs. They need points, and they need it now. But Shore has started to run away with this, and it's really up to Liberty to show that they can hang around and that they can come back to this.
Now Shore Regional will line up for the kickoff here.
And they're going to once again go for a squib kick. He's going to be able to get it, but they're going to say his knee is down about the 24-yard line. And new set of downs for them. They're really got a lot of work to do, but look to be able to do it.
Come on, Lions. They need a really, really, really quick score.
Yeah, they need a few plays that can really kickstart this offense, because not much has been happening so far. And one of the things about high school sports is a lot of these guys on offense are also defenders. And that does mean they do get tired a lot easier, and the fatigue will really start to set in. And luckily for them, it is not too cold. The weather is not a factor, but as you can see there, he's able to get a run up the middle, get 4 yards there.
I mean, at this point, the Lions could be just like, yo, we don't want to lose any badly. They want to just run out the clock, but I hope they don't do that because they still got another 12 whole minutes left to play. If there was like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I'd be like, yeah, that's it. But the Lions got to get something on offense, and running the ball is, I mean, it worked in the first half, but it's not working right now because Shore is just stacking the box, and they're just be like, yeah, try to throw on us. We dare you to throw the ball.
And it's even tough to say it worked in the first half. They were able to put 3 points on a good drive, and that good drive had a couple of throws sprinkled in to get them first downs. But there, he just gets wrapped up behind the line, and gonna keep it. And they're gonna lose 2 yards, take it from a 3rd and 6, bring it down to a 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Punt team on me. Punt team on me.
3rd down for the Lions. 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
False start. No flag on the field.
False start on the offense.
Yep, false start.
And that's, I believe they were just able to get the whistle off before the play was started.
Third and 13 for the Lions.
And here's going to drop back, look deep, throw deep into a crowd, and that'll be intercepted. And that is not what the Lions need, and that's really a shot to the heart there, and that's going to put an end to the little momentum there was, but a late flag throw.
Ryan Laker
Sure.
with the Fegan with the interception there.
And there, just throw it up, had 2 receivers in the area.
Oh, wait.
And there was a penalty on Southern Regional, maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct, and they are going to get moved back.
So
It'll
I
be
get-
a
so
first and what?
Yeah. So is that Liberty's ball or
No,
Shore? It's
Shore,
probably
Shore
Shore's
Regional.
ball.
I would assume it was unsportsmanlike after the play. But now they'll have a first and 10.
Yeah,
So-
it's Shore's ball, but they get pushed back 10 yards. That makes more sense.
Hey, Hills, that's my fault. I didn't know it was
And they're going to hand it off up the middle and into the pile, and no yardage gain. Yeah, that's where, I mean, fatigue in high school football is really interesting because you have most players, a lot of the bigger athletic players and even the linemen, they play both offense and defense. So, to be honest, on either side, neither is really as tiring. And, you know, some of these linemen, you got to feel bad for, especially when they do have to do lining, and especially if they do line up across from someone that's bigger than them and they're doing it all game. There could be a mismatch for the entire game. It's always rough. They're going to hand it off, move to the outside. He's able to pick up 5 before breaking a tackle, getting tackled, and that's another thing that Liberty seems to be struggling with is their tackles. They're not able to bring them down on the spot of contact. They seem to be able to get a
Lucas White.
consistent 3 or 4 yards after contact.
Lucas White with the about 13-yard gain there to get Shore a first down. And I believe Shore is just going to let the time tick down here. Take it into the, yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're just going to let the time tick down. Take it into the 4. Oh, timeout.
And interesting call there. I mean, not that the size really matter, and I am kind of surprised to see that.
Oh, no, timeout. They stopped the clock.
Oh, okay. That's clock will wind down in the third quarter. Tall order, 27 points in a quarter. That's pretty unheard of in professional and high school, but you know, I mean, you're looking at 4 touchdowns more or less, and that's not an easy thing to do, especially when you have extra points not being a giving. You miss one of those, now you're forced to go for 2. There's a lot of things that could happen, but Lions, Southern is already calling this game. Southern thinks they've won, and it's up to the Lions to put fight into it and, you know, try to get those 4 touchdowns. If they have some stifling defense and powerful offense, they have a chance, but we'll see.
All the Shore's got to do is just keep control of the clock and just pound the ball. They don't even need a touchdown here. They can just keep pounding the ball with the run game.
And they're going to hand it off to the running back out to the side, able to cross the 30. And that'll be a 9-yard gain. Not quite a first down, but it'll move them forward.
Timeout. I'm confused on why the... Oh, injured player.
That's something you never want to see at any level of sports. And
Yep, and now you see both teams taking the knee in respect. Oh, he's getting up.
that'll be Dante Roberto. A little bit shaken up. He's gone up. It's always good to see them walk to the sideline on their own will. And, you know, this is one of those times that I wouldn't be shocked to see him sit out the rest of the game. I mean, unless the Lions really, really start to put together some points, I mean, it's never really worth the risk.
It looked like he got like the wind knocked out of him like really bad, and now he's just having like a little trouble with breathing maybe. You see that injury a lot in sports where you get the wind knocked out of you and then you take a little while to get your breath back.
The winning number, 8, 2, 3, 1, 7, 3. 8, 2, 3.
And they're going to run it again. Quarterback's going to keep it, able to get forward to the 20 before getting brought down at around the 15.
And that will move the change for Shore Regional to get a first down. We're going to take another look at this play.
And they're on a 3rd and 1. He's able to get way more than that. It's going to be a false start on the offense. And they'll move him back 5. But this is where it gets to a rough situation, and Shore, almost no doubt they're going to continue to keep running this, chip away at the clock, and they are approaching field goal range. If not, they're already in it. And really, it does depend on the kicker. And there, he's going to hand it off, able to get forward, and able to find some room on the outside. And that'll be a touchdown for Shore. And, you know, up 36-3 now. It's dire time, and say it could be even approaching garbage time, where the points
just
don't
missed
matter
tackling.
all that much. And yeah, he's just able to break out of a tackle or two, and then he's just home free from there.
Just the missed tackling. It's just that's what's killing the Lions right now, and they haven't been able to put an offensive drive together. Almost blocked again by number 4 for Liberty. Connor Gallagher. He's gonna get he's getting so close to getting a block on. Oh, he stuck his hand in there and just missed it by an inch.
.45 left in this game, and this offense, you know, they're just gonna want to put some points on the board, and this is where, like, this is where the Lions, they pull out the trick plays, some of the experimental stuff that they haven't tried out yet, some of the ideas that were brought up in the locker room. You know, that's where you bring these out. Some of the special plays.
And the kick is going to be high. He's going to get it. He's got some room. He's got some room in the middle. And he's going to get tackled around the 38, I would say.
And good return by him.
Now here comes, like what you said, the experimental plays. Maybe some trick plays. Because you are down 37-3. So, like, at this point, like, now you want to just see, like, all right, does this play work? And so now you know for the future and all that stuff. Or maybe you try some of your younger people instead of your seniors, your maybe freshmen and sophomores, try to get them in so they're your future for your teams.
Yeah, and
Timeout Shore.
especially if you got some younger players there, you gotta see what you have. And you know, if your quarterback, if you've been tempting with throwing the ball deep, you want to see it if he can do it, if he can throw a little bit more on the run, if your receivers can win those one-on-ones. This is one of the times where you try that, and you know, all of a sudden you try a few of those plays, they work. You can revamp your playbook and maybe even come back in this game and, you know, make it a formidable score. As Liberty, they're not giving up yet. They don't want this game to end this dominant of a scoreline. Gonna take the snap, look to the right side, tipped and intercepted. Gonna go down to the 20 before getting brought out, and that is an incredible interception there. And good presence of mind there to get a hands on it and then turn himself around, able to get the ball back, and that's just slightly underthrown, but really just a phenomenal play by the cornerback. And
I think at this point, Jackson just knows that they have unfortunately lost this game, and they're just like, I think they're just going to let Shore just run out the time here.
And this is where it all depends on the score. You know, Shore, Liberty's going to hope that they just try to run out the clock. Some teams will try to run out the score, especially against a divisional opponent. This one, they're going to run out to the side before getting dropped. But with a running game this successful, it's one of those things where, I mean, if they get an opportunity to score, they just are, and that's what's going to happen. See, he's able to not quite find a hole. Good play by the Lions, able to bring him down.
Yeah, you could just kind of see it in the way the Lions are playing. I think they have like given up at this point. Like they're still trying, but like they've like known like, yeah, this is
but they do want to make a stop. They do want to prove that they do
course.
belong in this game. They do want to get the ball back to the offense. And the thing is, a lot of these players on defense are also on offense. They want to prove that this is not this team. This team is better than this. They know it. Everyone here knows that the Lions are better than this. They didn't come out and show their best performance of it, but this is one of those things that they'll look at the tape, they'll look at everything, and they'll find the holes, they'll start to fix it, and whatever the adjustments they need to do, this is where a lot of it comes down to the coaches, and it happens in the NFL, it happens in college. Good teams have bad weeks, and it just happens, and some opponents, you can underestimate them, they can be playing the game of their lives, and it just so happens to be against you, and a good run to the outside, and he's going to get the first down and more, bring it down to around the 2-yard line.
Going to be short of that first down. At this point, Shore is just like, yo, we're just going to, they're trying to run up the score, but they're trying also to run out the clock as well. I would like to see Liberty get the ball back and score a touchdown. And just be like, yo, we scored a touchdown, a garbage time touchdown, just to be like, we scored a touchdown.
Yeah, Liberty, they're not gonna go quietly into the end of this game, and it's gonna be a good cut, one-on-one tackle, and just not able to do it.
And I believe that is going to be a touchdown.
And at 43-3 now, having the extra point. And there, he went for the low tackle, and he's just able to fall over the goal line for a touchdown.
Now, can Connor Gallagher get his block that he so desperately wants? He's gotten so close on the last 3 attempts. Oh, he's so close. He is so close, Connor.
And that's where those half a steps, a quarter of a second, and that's where, some of these players, they might false start it. They might purposely jump a little bit before the snap, hope the refs don't see it.
He's so close.
I would not be surprised if he did lay a finger on it. That did seem to be the way that we've seen this kicker kick. Every single one of them seems to be a pretty high kick, and that was pretty low. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got something on it. I mean, he's playing a good game. He's a captain on this team, and he's one of those players that's not going to give up. And none of these Lions are going to give up. And if any of them are, coach is going to take him out of the game and give someone else a chance. So. Decent kick there. He's going to bobble it. Going to receive it and get brought down almost instantly. And
number 19 bobbled it for the Lions, and he was like, nope, I don't want this. You want it. You have it. To number 11.
Yeah, that's where sometimes it's better, especially when you know there's someone behind you, just let them take it. I mean, even if you just get the ball and knee it down or just dive on it, so much can go wrong once you muff the kick, and it's just. So the Lions sending 4 out wide, 1 in the backfield. Flag. Looks like it'll be on the defense. Not entirely sure. Not even sure if the refs. No. Yeah, and that will be against the Blue Devils. I would assume either neutral zone infraction or false start. They might see the signal, but Lions will take it. That's free at 5 yards. At
this point, they'll take any free yards they can get.
And they're going to hand it off, and he's stuffed in the backfield. And that 1st and 5. And be brought back to about a 2nd and 8, maybe 2nd and 9. And once again, there was a hole in the line that the running back would have went for, but the lineman was able to plug it up and get a tackle for a loss.
And here, I I'd try maybe like a Hail Mary, just see what it works.
Yeah, send one guy deep, definitely. I mean, they seem to be doing that on most plays, send at least one person deep, but they're going to run it to the outside. And going to be looking at 3rd and around 5. So back right around where they started.
Third and 3 for the Lions.
Now the Lions are a 3rd and 3, I believe. So hopefully the Lions can do something here to make up.
And the quarterback's going to look to keep it. He's going to scramble forward, and he's able to push forward for 1st down.
That's well with the carry. And that's enough for away. Jackson Liberty.
And there's not much room for him to run, but he makes room. Makes the guy miss, breaks a tackle before getting brought down. And there, nowhere to go. Tries to go for a spin move. Not able to go far.
Taking a look at this, as you see here. It's going to go to the outside. He's got a nice hole, and then comes all the defenders right there.
Yeah, and that's where the offense also playing defense. You get some of the running backs, some of the halfbacks, some of the wide receivers, a lot of the fast guys. They're going to rush to that outside, and they're going to take you down. And it's not always room, but one in the backfield kind of hands it off and immediately gets stuffed and brought down.
In my opinion, if I was number 9 here, I would have just handed it right back to the quarterback and let the quarterback run it.
Yeah, that's, it's always risky. I think they don't want to give up any more points, and that's just rough. And there was really no time to. I mean, he got brought down. And this defensive line for the Blue Devils just absolutely dominating the offensive line of the Lions. They've really just been
With less than
pushing
a minute
forward.
remaining in this final quarter of play.
And a lot of pressure. A little bit of a high snap. Quarterback's going to keep it for himself, get forward, and get a few yards, but how about they need it on 3rd and long? There finds a little bit of room, but just gets brought down.
With a little under 30 seconds remaining, the Lions are just trying to do something here on offense. This might be the final play of the game.
And just going to get brought back, and that'll be a turnover on downs, but that will end the game. Score 44-3, a dominant performance coming out from the Shore Regional Blue Devils. The Lions tried, they tried to come back. They had problems in the first half, and that just continued to happen in the second half, and it's just not what they wanted. But of course, gentleman's handshake in the middle of the field, and now 41-point win. Shore, they're going to go into next week feeling extra confident, and the Lions, they're probably going to keep a chip on their shoulder about this game. Next time they play, they're going to be playing hard, and they're definitely going to be playing to win. But as always, I'm Brian Martingano.
And I'm Steve Ifantis, and see you next time on